Okay.
That's why I had to come to work today, so I could have this discussion about football. Don't do
Well,
that.
and I don't know, I didn't get to follow the college scores as much. I don't know. Did we have a rain last weekend that I was more in tune? Cause it was a long
Yes.
long weekend in the combine
You had
cab.
rain. Yes, you had rain.
The two Michigans, I did see the tail end of that, and Michigan, for what I think they said the fourth year in a row, beat Michigan State. So that is a big rivalry as well up there. And
Last Monday I was on Zoom because I'd been at the big house the Saturday before. I was in Ann Arbor
oh, okay.
prior to going to Auditor's Conference.
And then what, the big rival in Iowa and Iowa State, that rival game was, gosh, a month ago, and I cannot remember. Anybody remember who won that rivalry? Somebody'd have to bring it up on their phone, but anyway, lots of good football rivals around the country. Now, you ready?
You're broadcasting, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We want to welcome you to our October 27th, 2025 Commissioners Meeting. This morning, I will lead us in invocation and pledge. If you're in this room and can rise, please do so. Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us all together here this morning to participate in local government. We give thanks that we are very fortunate to live here in the United States of America and enjoy the freedoms that we have. With the changing of the seasons here in Indiana, we welcome November as it gets ready to get started here at the end of the week, and get to see the majestic colors of the fall. Be with us today as we take care of items for Bartholomew County residents. And finally, Lord, thank you for all the blessings that you give us each and every day that we are so undeserving of. In thy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The first item on the agenda is approval of last week's minutes.
Move to approve our minutes.
I'll second.
I got a motion from Larry and a second to approve those minutes. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. The next item is the approval of claims.
Move to approve claims.
I'll second.
I've got a motion from Tony and a second to approve claims. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. And finally, the approval of payroll.
I'll move to approve our payroll.
And I will second that. Got a motion from Larry and a second to approve payroll. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. Under our weekly reports, Tony, you want to comment on our new permit report?
I will. For the week of October 20th, we had 37 new permits, fee amount $16,917, value amount an eye-popping $51,881,226. But just under 50 million of that is the new elementary school, Maple Grove Elementary, which I believe they broke ground on last week.
Thank you, Tony. Give me the 30 seconds here.
First new elementary school that we built in Bartholomew County since Clifty. in
Right, it's like 40 years, right?
1983. Yeah.
It's over 40 years.
Well, that area needs it. South Side, Taylorsville and Schmidt, I think, have been kind of overloaded the last 10 years.
There's 4 more that side.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Our next report's our county highway report. And it appears that our superintendent's with us this morning. Good
Yeah,
morning.
Danny was at a job site, so he wasn't sure if he could make it or not, so I said, I'll come.
Okay, so you got the honors. Thank you, Dwight, for coming, and go ahead and give us your weekly report.
Last week we replaced the box culvert on 750 East. It took most of the week. It was a big culvert to put in, cement box, so. And we put stone along 100 East and 200 West. We mowed with the batwing mower in Columbus and Harrison Township. And we mowed with our own mowers in Ohio and Clifty Township. And then Milestone wedged the pipes on 850 South and 425 East. And then they milled in 400 West and 200 North, and then they paved on 650 North, Truck Wash Road, and started on 400 West paving.
Truck Wash Road.
Yeah. 700 North, however you want to put it.
I know the road well.
Wash Okay, anything else there?
That's all I got on that.
Any questions for Dwight?
I don't have any. Get
Okay.
ready for snow.
Well, we've got some work to do first.
We don't
I think the
need
next
much, but-
next item, what we've got a couple of monthly reports to enter into the record for you, Dwight.
Right.
We've got here the September 2025 crew report and that September 2025 financial report. I am sure that Karen has got those compiled and accurate as well. I would make a motion that we accept and enter into the record those two reports from the highway department.
Second,
Got a motion from myself and a second to accept both the September 2025 crew and financial reports. All in favor of that motion, signify by saying aye.
aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Then we got one more item for you. You want to briefly touch on that, Danny or Dwight?
Danny probably knows more about it than I do. I know we got to do, on the United Consulting on the bridge, on low bridge.
I'm here if you want me to talk about it.
Yep, go ahead, Danny.
Well, this is for the right-of-way acquisition part of the project. We've already done the right-of-way engineering, and this is essentially for the appraising of the parcels that are required for the intersection job and the bridge. And we're kind of doing it, we're doing it with local money instead of the federal aid portion, because the way the state has the federal funds programmed, if we don't get started on the appraisals, we're likely to lose the federal funds when we actually buy the land. And we want to make sure we get it done in time to do that. So it's essentially for the appraising, then maybe some staking, and to start the right-of-way acquisition process for those two jobs.
So this is a consideration of a contract between United Consulting and Bartholomew County Highway Department for right-of-way services for replacement of Bartholomew County Bridge 170, which is the new Lowell Road Bridge, once it's completed, and the intersection on the other side. Is that right, Danny?
Yes, that's correct.
I'd make a motion that we approve this contract with United Consulting and the Highway Department for right-of-way services for Lowell Road Bridge.
Second,
And I've got a motion from Tony and a second to enter into this contract with United Consulting for right-of-way services for Lowell Bridge, Bridge 170. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. And Danny, you're gonna take care of that from two different accounts out of your budget, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if we said the amount,
Um,
$32,615.
yeah. Okay, thank you for jumping in there, Danny.
No problem.
And,
And we also need to, thank Link for, picking up the tire bill for the tires at the old garage. He was, he wanted to shout out since he helped pay for that bill. He had a mosquito fund that could take care of tire disposal, and he helped us with that portion. So we want to thank the health department for helping us with that bill.
okay,
Thank you, Link. Thank you.
be
Health
that
Department.
noted. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Thank you, Danny. And Dwight, thank you for coming this morning.
The chair's awful low, isn't it?
Yeah.
Our next item on the agenda, we have a agreement that Todd Noblet wants us to act on. Good morning, Todd.
Morning.
Requesting that you approve this agreement with APCO Institute. APCO is our the company that certifies all of our dispatchers. All of our dispatchers are emergency medical dispatchers. And so along with APCO and the local emergency medical director is what gives our dispatchers that authority and that knowledge. This is to replace racks and guide cards with our emergency medical information. We still have what I believe is the original, which is about 17 years old or so. The total amount for this is $3,397.88, and I do have that in my budget to be able to replace these.
Okay. Any questions for Todd on this?
I don't have any. I'll move that we approve that agreement, $3,397.88 with APCO Institute.
Second.
I've got a motion from Larry and a second to enter into this agreement with APCO Institute for services at the 911 center. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed. Carry.
Todd, just out of curiosity and for people that are here might be interested, these cards, they're on a rack in front of each PSAP, right?
Correct.
And someone calls up and says, my kid's not, he's got choking, something.
Right, so when they call 911, our dispatchers will ascertain what is the general condition, the problem. These cards then have specific medical information that we provide to those individuals until first responders can be on the scene. It can be everything from seizures to, I would say probably daily, we're walking people through CPR. We've had dispatchers birth babies before first responders arrive. So it allows our staff that knowledge to be able to provide that to the constituents.
Thanks for that explanation.
Yeah, thank you, Todd.
You know, that's a tough job, Todd.
It is, and we've got some good people, but it's tough.
I can do a lot of things, but I could not do that.
Yeah,
I don't think I could dispatch.
yeah, it's tough, but they do a great job.
Pressure would drive me nuts.
Yeah, that it is.
Thanks, Todd.
I would think, you're either on or you're off.
Carl, you would be good at that.
I don't think so. To me,
You might talk to him too long
Yeah.
They'd forget about their problems.
Well, either that or they die while I was trying to get them through the first medical card, but, yeah, I agree. It's a very tough job and Todd, you've seen people that can do it well and you've probably seen just a few that they probably needed to do something else.
It takes a special person.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Kind of along those lines then, where our next item, we have Shannon Cook with us from our emergency management group. And once again, you're either on fire or you got your feet propped up, don't you?
Well, sometimes it's a little in between, but yeah, it seems to be one extreme or the other this year.
Yeah,
So now it's time to play the catch up of all of our reports, grants, everything like that, get those turned in for the year. So today we're here to ask you to sign the grant application for our 2025 EMPG, which is the Emergency Management Performance Grant. This particular one is the one that will reimburse a portion of the salaries for the EMA staff, which is myself and our new deputy director, Jem Bussey back here, for the 2025 salaries up to $55,000. In the past, that had reimbursed 50% of each of those salaries for up to 3 positions. About 5 years ago, the state federal government changed that allocation based each of the counties on population. So our cap for reimbursement this year is 55,000. That will increase $5,000 for next year for 2026 salaries. So for 2025, we're going to ask you to sign the grant application for $55,000 for us to submit for that portion of salary reimbursement.
I'll make a motion, we sign that application for EMPG grant monies.
Second.
I've got a motion from Larry and a second to sign that grant application for our emergency management salary reimbursement. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carried.
All right.
There you go, Shannon.
Thank
And,
you.
and would you,
Thank you.
would you introduce your new assistant?
Yes, so this is Jem Bussey. She is the new deputy. She's been here for just over a month, about a month and a week now. She comes to us with, she'll be earning her bachelor's degree in the spring in disaster
Congratulations.
management and emergency. Yes, disaster management and emergency sciences.
Disaster
Sciences
sciences
and
and
emergency
emergency management.
It is Monday.
It's a
Please don't
mouthful.
ask me any really hard questions because I've lost a pair of glasses. It's a nightmare this morning.
And what's your
Um,
first name?
My name's Jem, like gemstone,
Jim?
but spelt with a J. It's
Okay, Jim.
wacky.
Okay, welcome, Jim.
Thank you.
So she's been going through all the online training, everything like that we have to, that part of that is a requirement for this grant that we just asked you to sign. There is an online series that each of us has to complete at least once. And then also our exercise requirements. So in the short time that she's been here, she's actually completed both of those requirements already for us, which allows us to be eligible for her portion of the salary. It will also go back. There'll be a gap this year from the time when Michael left and before Jem started, but each of them met the requirements, so we'll be able to ask for that reimbursement, qualify for that. But yeah, she's chugging right along, and we attended our first conference last week, our state association conference up in Indianapolis. And she got a lot of good training up there as well, and was able to meet several of the other EMA directors from across the state.
Okay, great, wonderful.
Yeah,
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Yep, glad to have you here this morning. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Shannon.
Thanks.
Okay, our next item, we've got something here with the IT department. Speak to it. Hello there, Scott.
A planned equipment replacement for some network equipment in the data center and the co-location, the backup site of what they typically call as top of rack networking switches. And they're high speed, high performance that process all of the county's data, do replications between storage nodes, and provide access to all of our county offices information. So these devices were originally placed in 2017. They're fully depreciated, end of support, end of life. And this was a planned life cycle replacement for the IT budget. Two quotes we had on the equipment, CDWG for $55,222.48 and SHI International for $91,167.52. The large gap in price is due to this equipment is provided to resellers via a registered deal, and only one reseller can get the registered deal at a time. So that's why there's such a large price gap, but just following procedure, I got two quotes.
This is all budgeted.
All budgeted, yes, sir.
Make a motion that we approve this proposal for network switch replacements for our Bartholomew County IT department in the amount of $55,222.48 with CDWG.
I'll second.
Got a motion from Tony and a second to approve this proposal from CDWG for network switch replacements for our IT department. All those in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Next up, we've got a couple proposals here from Rick Trippy, our maintenance department supervisor. Good morning, Rick.
Morning.
Morning, Rick.
So
Go ahead.
this morning you got some quotes for carpet to replace at the jail and in code enforcement. I talked to Brandon Slade about the jail. They're needing carpets. So we're gonna go with carpet tiles now. It's a lot easier. They're gonna help us remove the old carpet and we're gonna lay it ourselves. That way, if there's spills or anything like that, we can just take a 2x2 square up and replace it and go on.
Rick, probably a silly question, do you glue those tiles individually?
Yes, you glue them down.
Okay.
It's just an adhesive and then you're able to bring it back up real easy, but it stays there. And they're rubber back, so they should last a lot longer.
You have 3 quotes.
Go
You
ahead.
okay on the low?
Yeah, why don't you read them?
Okay, I'll read them. We have 3 quotes for these products. Columbus Carpet Linoleum was the low quote, $22,421.52. An online company, CarpetTileDepot.com, $23,308. And Riverside Carpet, also here in Columbus, $26,735. Low quote, okay?
Correct.
I'll move that we approve that quote. Columbus Carpet and Linoleum, $22,421.52.
Second.
I've got a motion from Larry and a second to approve that proposal from Columbus Carpet Linoleum here in Columbus for carpet tiles. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carried.
Next item is a snow plow for a truck that we sent to the auction that was all rusted out due to the salt and stuff. We replaced the truck with a truck that was given to us from the Weights and Measures when he got a new one. So that truck will not be able to handle a snow plow. So we're gonna put it on one of our other trucks. That way it gives us 2 snow plows for 10 parking lots. So that quote is for $9,905 from Midstate Truck. This is the company we always use and the highway uses the same company.
Okay. I make a motion then we go ahead and approve this quote from Mid-States Truck Equipment out of Fishers for a snow plow for the maintenance department, $9,905.
I'll second.
Motion by myself and seconded to approve that quote. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carried.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Rick.
Next item here on the agenda, Larry, you want to speak to that one?
We have a request to support Operation Greenlight for our veterans. We did this last year. I don't know if it was the first year. I think we've done it a few years, haven't we, Rick? Where we change out some of the exterior lights at our courthouse the week of November 4th to the 11th for Operation Greenlight, recognizing our veterans. Encourage everyone to do it at your home if you can. Or if you take the time to go out and buy a green bulb so you can do that, I'm gonna try and do that. Because I do appreciate our veterans. Tony, any input on that?
No, I think this is the 5th year we've actually done it.
Fifth
and
year.
It's a nice thing. They typically light up the bridge into the city, lights up the bridge into town and, you know,
Yeah, it's not.
it's a nice thing to let our veterans know we still.
Is that the week that we roll the clocks back?
The weekend before.
Weekend before? Okay,
That's
so
next Sunday.
it'll be dark sooner, so that'll be good. I'll make a motion that we go ahead and direct our maintenance department to do that.
Second.
I got a motion from Larry and a second to approve this resolution supporting Operation Greenlight for our veterans and having the maintenance department light up the courthouse square with green lights in honor of our veterans. All in favor of that motion, signify by saying aye. Those opposed, motion carried. Tony has the animal control report for September. Go ahead, Tony.
Yep. For September, our animal control picked up 41 animals, 25 dogs, 16 cats, down a little bit from the months before. We always like to see that. Still not getting a lot of them reclaimed. We still only had 4 animals reclaimed. So it's concerning to me to see all these animals. It's concerning to all of us to see all these animals that are essentially abandoned. And then a new item in the last 30 days, 2 cases of abandoned or unclaimed potbelly pigs. One on 46 East near Hope and one on Jonesville Road. Staff at Oinking Acres was a very supportive resource on that. Potbelly pigs are out and about. I'd like to make a motion that we enter this animal control monthly report for September into our minutes.
I'll second.
Motion by Tony and a second to approve that September animal control report. All in favor of that motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carried.
Oinking Acres.
Larry has a veterans monthly report.
I have a veterans report for the month of September. 72 appointments, 69 walk-ins. Once again, we made 14 trips to the VA hospital. Year to date, 115. Boy, that's a lot. Mileage on our van, 1,500 miles. We had 15 burial appropriations. Participated in the annual stand down event at the Commons on September 11th. Everything looks in order. I'll move that we approve the veterans report for the month of September.
Second.
I've got a motion from Larry and a second to approve the veterans report for the month of September 2025. All in favor of that motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. That's the end of our published agenda. Any other items, Brooke? Any items from the public or from Zoom to bring before the commissioners today? Yep, go ahead.
I didn't get a phone call from James here, so I would like to talk about the lawsuit. And not actually the lawsuit, but actually the funding of the lawsuit of, I think it's biosolids. Again, I'd like to start off. My name is Ted Peel. I actually am a kind of a concerned citizen. I've been kind of watching and learning. I'd like to start off with Desmond Tutu said this, in the face of oppression, if you keep silent, you actually are siding with your oppressor. I'd like to thank Scott. Scott is actually a nice YouTube. He's been doing good a job at YouTube. Again, Mark Weber, I wish he was back. Anyways, but needless to say, I hope we can speak of the $200,000 that we are actually going to spend on a lawsuit. Now, I have talked to the water treatment company, actually pretty much the blue collar workers, the workers that work there. They too have talked about burning the biosolids. I too kind of looked into this and I do believe it's a plausible idea. Again, the lawsuit, I have dealt with attorneys in the past and therefore they too have taught me some small amounts of law. James Shove here, I do believe it was the Johnson job in Jennings County. He taught me some law. Alan Whitted, actually, he works in James Shove and him work together. He taught me, they sued me for dust in the country, which is not a joke. You can all, I would agree that anybody wants to talk about suing somebody for dust in the country, so be it. I don't have any privacy act or anything saying that we shouldn't speak of this. Now, I think somebody said that we are going to rezone another farmer's field for spreading biosolids on. That is only gossip. I do not know of the location or anything of that. I did get to talk to a farmer that used to spread biosolids on his field. And it would be his brother owns an excavating company. I asked him how much it would cost to take a 20-ton dump truck and drive it from here to Madison, Indiana, if the coal-fired electrical plant would take biosolids and allow them to be burnt into their coal furnace, therefore providing us with electricity instead of a tax burden. So to me, I really would like the board's opinion and to think wisely in the future, to not repeat what we have done in the past and have another lawsuit on the taxpaying citizens of attorney fees. And again, the farmer that actually used to rotate stock or rotate biosolids into his land, he says he don't even know why they quit. So I don't know the zoning rules and regulations on how much biosolids land can take.
Taylor, if I can interject and
Go
put a
ahead.
little there. You know, the lawsuit that we currently have is not fighting the spreading of the farmer that you've talked with spread for the city of Columbus. His farm took biosolids from the city of Columbus. And they've been spread for decades, 100 years or more. That's not what the lawsuit is about. The lawsuit is about bringing in out of county biosolids and spreading them all across Bartholomew County with no limit. That's the lawsuit.
Agreed. And I understand that. I
Okay.
apologize for
Because
not
everything
giving
you
them.
said had to do with,
Correct. And
City
again,
of
to me,
Columbus.
it's like
we're not
that.
fighting the city of Columbus. We'll take that, and if we've got somebody that wants it and can use it and will spread it, they've done that for 100 years or more.
I'm just saying that one, zoning, you guys zone land to make this plausibly doable. I can't spread sewage on my yard. I mean, the hell, Matt would come out and shut me down and tell me I can't even live in the property. Anyways, so therefore, can you not rezone the land to say, no, you can't take biosolids, and therefore, yes, it's going to leave us with a pile of poop that we have to deal with, and therefore looking at alternative motives to actually take care of our biosolids, and therefore, if the land is not properly zoned to accept biosolids, therefore, the farmer is suing us because he wants to ship in poop from Ohio because it's a money-making deal. Hey, if I get paid to take something and all I gotta do is rotate it into my fields, therefore it's money for money. It's double dipping. I don't know what else you want to call it. But needless to say, I just know that you have zoned the land to be able to do it. So if you rezone the land that you can't do it, And then-
Let's stop you there. Carl, are you aware of any land that's been zoned?
I mean, this is a pending litigation, so I would advise the commissioners not to speak about, it. But there is no zoning issue here, Ted. There's no land that's zoned for biosolids. I mean, currently, it can be, we have a statute that says you can't bring them out of county. If that would happen to fail and you can bring them out, you can put on any farmland. This is not a zoning issue. There's no ground that was zoned for biosolids. That is not accurate.
So we can actually spread sewage on anybody's land we would like.
It's not sewage, it's biosolids. It's the dewatered, processed material turned into a
Some people
specific-
call it cake, some people call it cake.
So there are
Yes,
two
I
types of
understand.
biosolids, type A and type B. And right now, the Columbus City utilities are investing in equipment, very expensive equipment, to no longer have type B biosolids, which is what's spread on farms. They're gonna turn into type A biosolids, which takes out all of the parasites and all those types of things. So, and it also reduces the volume by a huge amount. So understand, you're talking about 4 different
I
processes.
just was trying to lower the expenditures of the taxpayers. Again, to me, if we spend more money on something, therefore eventually the taxpayer is going to end up having to pay the tax.
But if I might, if I can just do a brief summary of the lawsuit. It was, we have an ordinance that says you can't apply, out-of-county biosolids. We were sued by Biocycle LLC, trying to show that statute was invalid. They filed suit on February 18th of this year. The local judge recused himself. We got a new judge, March 7th, special judge, Amy Travis from Jackson County assumed jurisdiction on March 13th. She issued an order with some deadlines. Long story short is we filed a 28-page memorandum in support of our motion to dismiss all 7 allegations they had. They filed a 43-page response to our motion to dismiss. Hearing was held last July, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, July 30th. We had hearing in Jackson County. Both sides presented their case. Motion to dismiss is based on the allegations in the petition and the law. There's no outside discovery or evidence brought in. This is basic what you petitioned. The judge, September 13, issued an order granting the dismissing of all but 3 of the counts. So 4 of the counts disappeared, we're down to 3 of the counts. We have agreed order that got signed last week of the process of where we get to the end. We have summary judgment motions. Hearing will be in July of this year sometime. There's set a deadline between now and July of discovery, depositions, all that. So it's an ongoing litigation that will go on until July on 3 issues of whether the court finds those 3 issues supportive of the petitioners or supportive of us who are defending it. In general terms, defending lawsuits is a lot more expensive than putting them forth. You can put forth whatever you want and you have to defend those. So that's kind of where we're at. You have to litigate these.
What can we do to prevent this in the future?
The only way you present lawsuits in the future is you take away people's right to file suits, and we're not gonna do that. Every citizen in this county, if I want to file suit, I can file suit. I mean, that's part of the process. We have a statute that they don't like. And so that's just the process. This country's getting very litigious. And county's been very prudent in trying to be proactive. And we have a county resident the Biocycle LLC that thinks the statute shouldn't be applied. And that's kind of where we're at.
Well, I know that when I go to the landfill has a sign at the front of the landfill that if I'm not bringing trash from out of county or out of state, I'm not supposed to bring it into our county landfill.
Right.
Again, to me, I understand that. I'm just trying to shorten the lawsuit and make sure that in the future that one, we find a positive way to deal with everything has trash. You build a house, you have trash. Like I said, anything is going to have a waste. And therefore, to me, working together to create an element where this doesn't persist and happen again.
This litigation, I can't remember the last three meetings, but almost all of it is constitution and federal law. So this is an argument saying that you locally can't tell me what to do. That's the fundamental issue. And so the judge is going to decide whether this county has authority to regulate the biocycles in Bartholomew County the way our ordinance says. This comes down to interpretation of federal and constitutional law. Those discussions, that research is not simple and easy. This is not a contract law where I didn't pay you and you sue me on the contract and either I owe you or don't. That is not where we're at. We started with 7 constitutional issues. We're down to 3. This is about the general rule of law. And I think that's all I can say. And it would be inappropriate to speak about more because this is, so it's difficult representing a county where everything is a public record, where your opponent can sit there and listen to what you're saying. That is never the case in private cases. So we need to be very careful as commissioners, as a county attorney, and as citizens that we don't aid or hinder what we think is right. So it's a public meeting. This is going to be recorded and everybody's going to know. So that's kind of where we're at, Ted. I knew that you'd call. I didn't realize I was supposed to turn your call. I'll be happy to. I printed some stuff out for you, but I think that's, end of the day, that's probably the most we should discuss in this meeting to protect everybody's rights, the dailies and the counties. Okay.
I do understand that. I'm just trying to deal with the biosolids as a blue collar worker side of opinion. And again, yes, I understand.
Thank you, Ted.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming. Anybody else want to bring up anything? I see no hands, no voices. We will be back here next Monday morning.